Hi, welcome. My name is Margie, and we're going to move through a modified rocket practice this morning. So rocket offers you a lot of modifications. It gives you the opportunity to take your practice up a level or down, depending on where you are. It's all good. We encourage you to try things. Just always listening to your body, paying attention to what you need, paying attention to how you feel. Every day your practice is going to be different. And so just being mindful of that. We do a lot of inversions in rocket, and sometimes that frightens people off, thinking, well, I can't do a handstand or Picasa crow pose or headstand. None of that is required. We do offer those to people that are practicing those, but again, it's fun sometimes just to try things. You never know where you can go. But again, all optional, and we just encourage you to have fun and breathe and enjoy your practice. So with rocket, we start in Tadasana, and so here we go. So you make your way to the top of the mat, toes slightly together, heels slightly apart, grounding down through all four corners of your feet. Maybe closing your eyes, tuning in to the sound and rhythm of your breath. Maybe begin to engage your quads by lifting your kneecaps. Maybe lengthening your tailbone down towards the mat. Finding length in your spine. Begin to cultivate Ujjayi breath, deep nostril breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Begin to engage your Uddiyana Bandha, bringing your belly button back towards your spine and then up towards your rib cage. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees slightly and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, step back to high plank. Shift forward, lower to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. You can always go into cobra here, or downward facing dog. And hold this for 5 breaths, maybe walking out your dog. Shaking your head. Come high to your toes, shift your gaze forward. Bend your knees, bring your chest back towards your thighs, and on your inhale, hop to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down, rise to stand. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back, Vinyasa. You hold this dog, belly to spine. Spreading your fingers wide, spreading your scapula apart. Bring your toes together to touch. Inhale high to your toes, bend your knees, hop or step, top of the mat. Root down, rise to stand on an inhale. Exhale, hands by your sides, Samastiti. Inhale to chair, Gomokasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Turn your left toes out, step your right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back. Vinyasa. Turn your right toes out, step your left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, Vinyasa. Holding this dog. Maybe spreading your feet mat's distance apart, shortening your dog. On an inhale, and then exhale, twist to the left. Come back to center. Switch sides. Come back to center. Bring your toes together to touch. Inhale up, exhale, bend your knees and float. Forward fold. Inhale to chair. Exhale, Tadasana. Second Sandhi. Inhale back to chair, Picasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump and float back. Vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Take a modification, plant your hands, step your right foot back, maybe find a little hop, and lower to chaturanga. All optional. Left foot, warrior one. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, kick up, and lower. And hold, and breathe. Bring your toes together to touch. High the toes, bend your knees. Inhale, jump. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back to chair. This time, take your hands, interlace them. Press your palms away. Sink your hips. Long tailbone. Belly to spine. Inhale. Exhale, half chair. So you're pressing your palms forward. Belly to spine. Chest is floating above your thighs. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands. So first option, you come down to a Malasana squat. Spreading your knees apart, bringing your elbows in towards your knees. Pressing your palms together to your heart. You stay here or you move into Picasa, crow pose. So, you plant your hands, you bend your elbows, make sure your elbows are facing towards the back of the mat. Come high on your toes. You bring your knees in towards your armpits. Wide stance with your hands, gripping the mat. Shift forward, belly to spine. Maybe just lift up one. Maybe you lift up both feet. Wherever you are, you hold, you breathe. Now, you step back, or you hop back to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Belly to spine. Bandhas are on. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, come back up. Begin to straighten your right leg, shorten your stance. Surf your right arm forward. And on an exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. You can bring your hand behind your back. Maybe put your left hand in your right hip pocket. Gaze down, gaze up. Inhale. Exhale, twist, plant your left hand down, step your left foot up, revolve your triangle. Left hand down, right hand up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand down. So side angle. Your version, maybe your hand comes over, maybe it's to the sky, maybe you have your right elbow inside your right knee. Now make your way back up to warrior two. Bring your left arm around, high on the ball of your left foot, Anjaneyasana. So drop down to your left knee, untuck your toes, extend your left arm forward on an inhale, on an exhale, twist to the right. Belly to spine, gazing over your right shoulder. You can stay here as a modification. You can begin to tuck your back toes, straighten your back leg. You can take a bind, that's in your practice. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back, moving through a Vinyasa. So we all meet back in downward facing dog. Come down to your knees. Take a breath in child's pose. And then make your way back up. We're moving into Dolphin Pose. So bring your hands to your elbows just so you can find the distance, measuring the distance, and then you bring your hands forward. Elbows are underneath your shoulders. You tuck your toes, you lift your hips. Walking your hips up, even if your knees are bent, gazing towards your thumbs. You stay here, or you play with some dolphin or pinch-up push-ups. Bring your nose towards your thumbs. You can do that, or if the Pigeon is in your practice, you play with that. Make your way back to a modified child's pose. Bring your hands behind your back. And then make your way back up. So if we were doing a full rocket practice, we would repeat that same standing series on the left, and then we would repeat our pincher practice or dolphin. So in rocket, we get our heart rate up with the sun A's and sun B's. And then we move into the standing poses, holding those poses, building strength, and bringing our heart rate back down by slowing down our breath. So we'll pretend we did the left side. Now you walk your hands back to the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, grab your big toes. Exhale, forward fold, Tadasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, slide your hands underneath your feet, Headstand. Bending your knees as you need to bring your chest towards your thighs, belly to spine, shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, halfway lift. Roll up one vertebrae at a time, bending your knees until you come up to a standing pose. We call this San Francisco Twinkle Toes. Is it right side up handstand or upside down handstand? So you come up high on your toes, squeeze your thighs together, looking at something in front of you up towards the ceiling, and tip your toe with control all the way to the top of your mat. When you drop your heels, you step your foot back, you come into a wide leg stance. Inhale your arms up, exhale, forward fold. So here, you can just stay in this forward fold. In Rocket, we always try to get the option to play. So tripod headstand or traditional headstand is an option here. Inhale, halfway lift, bring your hands to your waist, come to stand. Release your bind, inhale your arms up, exhale, bring them behind your back, interlace your hands, press your knuckles down, lift your heart, forward fold. Keep the bind, inhale all the way up. Release the bind, inhale your arms up, exhale, swan dive forward, grab your big toes with your peace sign fingers and forward fold. So your elbows point out to the sides here. Crown of the head reaching towards the floor. Your quads are engaged. Plant your hands down. So here we would either do Gomokasana, middle splits, or Hanumanasana, splits on each side, but I'm gonna skip those today. We're gonna transition into a seated wide leg straddle. So one transition in Rocket is to shift your shoulders forward over your wrist, come high on your toes, belly to spine. See if you can float down as gracefully as possible. Once you get your toes facing the ceiling, kneecaps up, inhale, lift your heart, exhale, forward fold. Inhale up. Bring your right hand inside your right leg, left hand up and over. Maybe your hand comes behind your head, supporting your head, rotating your heart towards the ceiling. Inhale up. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale up. So another thing we like to play with in Rocket, called Mula Bandha chucks. So your Mula Bandha is your, think of your lower pelvic lock. And this is just a good way to test your strength a little bit. First time you do this, you may not even get your seat off the floor, but you will see how much stronger you're getting, because this is a good test of that. And one day you will get everything off the floor if you do them enough. So legs are at 90 degrees. You shift your heart towards your right leg. It's really helpful here to have blocks, but that's okay. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, you press into your hands, you lift your seat. Maybe you lift one leg, maybe you lift both. And you come down. And then you do it on the other side. Bring your left leg around. Grab your knees. Rock up to standing. Maybe you come to a standing forward fold without using your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take a vinyasa. Inhale, high your toes, bend your knees, float to the top of the mat, and come down to a little squat. We'll do Picasa. Turn your knees to the left. Inhale your left arm up, exhale, twist to the right. Maybe you bring your hands to prayer, gazing over your right shoulder. Plant your palms, so we're moving into side crow. So your elbows are facing the back of the mat. You spread your hands wide, spread your shoulder blades apart, and look where you're going. So look out that way. Come up on your toes, right knee on your left elbow, and you shift forward. Maybe your right hip comes on your right elbow. Maybe you extend your legs out. Maybe your left leg comes back. Maybe you flip back to Chaturanga, making your way through Vinyasa. When you get back to down dog, take a deep inhale. Take a deep exhale. And then shift forward into a high plank. Shoulders over your wrists and lower all the way as slowly as you can to your belly. So moving into Savasana. Bring your toes together. Extend your arms out in front of you. Engage your core. Inhale, lift your toes, lift your chest, long neck. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your hands. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, let this go. Rest on your left ear. Bend your knees. Walk your hips out. Bring your hands alongside your ribs. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high to your toes, bend your knees, hop to the top, and make your way on to your knees. So we're moving into Hero's Pose, Supta Virasana. So spread your ankles apart. If you need a block, sit on it here. You roll your calves out of the way. And this is a good place to hang out. But if you have the space, you lay back. So work your way back maybe to your elbows. Or if you have the space, all the way down to your back. Maybe your hands come over your head. Close your eyes. Maybe shifting your breath to your belly. Bringing your heart rate back down. One more breath here. Now plant your palms underneath your sacrum. You're going to wiggle your elbows in and press into your hands and into your elbows and see if you can use your hands to press up as gracefully as possible. And we're going to make our way into tripod headstand. So for tripod headstand, it's a tripod. So your head, your hand, your hand. If you want to find the crown of your head, you put the base of your palm at the top of your eyebrows, and where your middle finger meets the top of your head, that's the crown, that's where you want the weight. So you place that on the mat, and notice my hands are not up here. They're back here like a tripod, my fingers are spread wide, and my elbows are facing the back of the mat. I tuck my toes, lift my hips, walk my hips up. If you need to bend your knees, do that. If you are working on tripod, you bring one knee in, the other, and make your way up. If you have your headstand, you can always pike up, so you press. The trick to this is hips over your shoulders. You hold for a few breaths. You come down halfway if you want to play. Flex your feet and pop back to chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale high to your toes. Bend your knees, hop up. Make your way onto your back. Extend your legs out in front of you. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, maybe big toes, peace sign fingers. Inhale up. Make your way onto your back. Making our way into bridge or wheel pose. So for bridge, if you're working on that, think about pressing your elbows into the mat, your feet are hips distance apart, and press your elbows into the mat and lift your heart first. Then press into your feet and lift your knees, your hips up. And breathe. Maybe your hands come to the mat. And come down. We do one more of those, or we take a wheel pose. Bring your knees into your chest, rock backwards and side to side a few times. Rock back and forth, up and down. On your next rock up, see if you can cross your ankles and press into the edges of your feet and come back to chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Now step your right foot forward and come into pigeon. So flex your foot, Put your hands on either side, lift your heart. Make sure that your foot is just coming straight out of the back of your left hip. Inhale, exhale, fold. Then make your way up. Maybe bring this right foot in a little bit. See if you can bend your left knee and reach for the inside of your left foot. You can just stay here. This is a good shoulder opener. If you have the space, turn your heart forward, lift your gaze, and press your foot away from you. Release this. I'll just turn this way and swing your left leg around, finding Gomokasana. So this can be a really tricky pose for some people. And if that's not really something you feel comfortable with, if your knees are a little janky, just straighten your right leg and bend your left knee over your right leg. So it's like a half Gomokasana. Either way, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale up. If your leg is straight, bend your left knee. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, twist to the left. As you're twisting, really bring your belly to your spine to gain length and strength in your core. Gazing over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. I'm just going to flip around here. Uncross your legs. Press into the edges of your feet. Step back to high plank. Move through a Vinyasa. One more time, make your way to the top of the mat. Come onto your back. Let's find your way into a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. If you have full lotus in your pose practice, bring your right knee in first and cross it over, and then bring your left leg up and cross it over your right. This is totally optional. Once you get here, bring the backs of your hands to the tops of your knees. Find a mudra with your hands. Tall spine, inhale. Tuck your chin, exhale. Now bring your hands behind your back. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Bringing your third eye down towards the mat. And breathe. Inhale up. And you bring your hands to either side of your knees again. One last opportunity to do a little play. You plant your hands on either side of your thighs. Maybe you press into your hands enough that you can lift your hips, lift your knees, and breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hips down, uncross your legs, swing your legs around, make your way onto your back, into happy baby. Maybe you come into shoulder stand. Maybe you come into plow. Maybe you bring your knees in towards your ears. And then slowly, with control, roll down one vertebrae at a time, making your way into your final resting pose, Savasana, letting your feet splay out, taking up space, shifting your breath back to your belly. Make your way up to a comfortable seat again. Bring your hands to heart center. Thumbs resting against your sternum. Sitting up with a tall spine. Gratitude for allowing me to guide you through this sample of a rocket practice. Your thumb knuckles to third eye. Namaste.